HT1 for T55A. This mission is to destroy 3 enemy vehicles and cause 3000 damage. With all honesty, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I would recommend to do that with a tier 7 or tier 8 vehicles or tier 9. I think this can be a relatively easy mission to complete, at least from the missions which we have ahead of us. All you need to do, I would say, you need to try to secure the kills, right, or to steal the kills, however you would call this, and obviously do 3000. Now, overall speaking about the tanks, I don't really think there is anything what I could recommend. If you are feeling like you are comfortable with a Polish heavy tank, hip hip hooray, T32, hip hip hooray, KV4, excellent, VK, excellent. In other words, any tank you are feeling comfortable with will work just fine for this mission, and this is how I have completed it. Okay, so how we completed this mission and in what kind of map we completed this mission. So as you can see yourself, fellas, we have a Berlin. We are playing with a T32. I chose this tank because lately this vehicle got buffed and the tank became so much better, and with all honesty, I think the tank is just the tank nowadays is just great, and it is fitting my style pretty well. So if you haven't tested T32, I would highly recommend to do so, and I think T32 kind of came back to its glorious days. So once again, mission straightforward, 3 kills, 3000 damage. Probably it would be even easier for me to do that in the tier 10 matchmaking or whatnot, but I decided to go with the tier 8s because I don't really think it is a struggle to deal with this with the tier 8s either. Anyways, first things first, I am paying attention at the maxi map, obviously, and by entering into position we are checking surroundings, and we have found the bloody challenger. How are you doing, mate? Are you enjoying yourself? First minute of the game, he is in the garage, and we are pretty much 33% closer to complete this mission. This is straightforward, right? Meanwhile, I believe in this. First of all, what I really want to highlight is matchmaking what we have here. We have an extremely good matchmaking for ourselves. We are fighting against the tier 7s. And I know it might look like I am not playing too aggressively, but I think this is as much aggression as I need to show. Sometimes you do not really need to go full bananas in order to feel useful in the game or something, right? Sometimes you do not really need to do that, especially with the tanks, whenever the most important thing for you is to stay hold down as much as you physically and possibly can. Because if you won't stay hold down for tanks which are created for this, well, the situation is not going to be that great for you, to say that the least. Meanwhile, we are just making hardcore pressure. We are eliminating HTC, hip hip hooray. Second kill, 1,800 damage already. Now we are thinking about Mr. Bizonte, and if we are going to eliminate Bizonte, which we will, we are simply going to complete the first condition. And now when we are 2 minutes into this game, fellas, we can chill and we can relax. That was quite bad shot by me, I'm not going to pretend. That was bad aim, it's fine, it doesn't really change absolutely anything. And once again, those missions, if you are relatively new in the game and you are looking, oh my bananas, I need to do the 3000 damage. There is a very good saying, fellas, eyes are afraid but hands are always doing the job which needs to be done, right? So this is the situation for this tank or for any other tank. Now, obviously, we did main cleaning in the heavy aisle. We are done. There is nothing to do for us. We are ignoring the Atarta who is sitting in the 1-2 line, and we are going for a trip around the world of tanks. We are seeing this T25 AT. We managed to spank him, although we low roll it significantly, but to be fair with you, it doesn't really matter. Arta is trying to find his keyboard, which we obviously appreciate, but it is a bit too late. I do not really think enemies will have too much of the chance to win this game, don't you think so? 10-2, I believe it is very, very clear we are winning this battle. We have completed mission, and at this point, even though if we would not survive or we won't win, it really changes absolutely nothing, and we can simply go in front and to be as useful as we can speaking about this game. Also, what you are seeing right here, those are commander purchases, so thank you very much for this, although this footage, as all of you know, is going to be used for guides or for people who are just starting the T55 missions, 260 missions and whatnot. Anyways, Shrek, we just bounced his ass, but I don't really think I can change about this. We can only accept this and pretty much say GG, game is over. We cannot reach the Skoda, we cannot reach the T71, but the most important thing is we completed the mission. That's what we were aiming for, right? So this is straightforward. Hip hip hooray. I don't really think it was a hard performance. I don't really think it was too complicated. We have done it, and I believe if we can do this, you can do this too. Let's teleport to the scoreboard. So, looking into the score, what we have done: 4.1 thousand damage, 3 kills, 400 assisting damage. We are first by experience, first by the damage, and that's all we needed to do. Obviously, matchmaking was in our favor because we were dealing against the tier 7, so this is definitely a positive thing for us. And we made some profits as well in the same time. Beautiful play, simple play, 5 minutes, mission done, GG finito, let's move on. That's all you need to do, and soon, fellas, I can promise you that harder missions are coming. So thank you very much for watching. I hope it was helpful, I hope it was useful, and see you very, very soon.